Eddie, if you were just in front of your desk or a table, had just the rosters on paper, and you had to
hmm
pick your favorite to win the gold just off the roster, which paper are you pulling off the table?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pulling off Canada for sure. Now, full disclosure, I'm an alum of the red, white, and blue in the U.S., having played in the Winter Olympics back when at least Canada and the U.S. Sent amateurs to the Olympics, where every other country was paying their athletes to to play in the Winter Games. So, for me, I look at Team USA and say, yeah, I think they are the biggest threat to Canada. But I look at Canada's roster. I look at their forwards. I look at a couple of difference makers on the back end, and does every country, O-Dog, does every country have a hole or two? Yeah, you can make a case for every country and throw question marks, like some more than others. But considering how the Four Nations went, I don't think I don't think there's any doubt that, I think the expectations would be is that, Canada is the favorite and the wagering favorite, depending on what market you look at, and then the U.S. is second, and then I think you can make a case for sure for Sweden. I mean, look at Sweden's defense, oh dog. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
darn good. And I'll just say this: I know a lot has been made of rosters and injuries and who's added and who isn't, but I look at Sweden's roster and say that you got a guy like Adam Larsson with the Seattle Kraken, who is playing as good as hockey he's played in his NHL career. And I know he's maybe a little bit of an older guy, but I mean, he can't even get a sniff. He couldn't get a sniff in the Four Nations, and he can't get a sniff for the Olympic team. Like, that's where their strength is. Now, is their goaltending good enough? Again, another question mark, another hole for some teams. But I would say that paper, without hesitation, would be Canada. But I would say that the wind is blowing under the Team USA, because I think the opportunity is there for the roster that Billy Guerin has set up, and now you got to go prove it at the most important. Might be one of the most important tournaments we've had, at least in the United States, as far as men's hockey, and in many, many years. And as far as Olympic competition, I think the expectations are for one thing and one thing only. And if you don't win a gold medal, then I think it'll be a disappointment for Team USA.
So, Eddie, how close is, you're talking about Team USA to Canada? I mean, is this the best team you've seen in a long time? Obviously, they haven't played in the Olympics for a minute,
Yeah.
but when you look at it, how close is this group? Because you talked about it, the defense. Arguably, I think the defense is better than Canada on paper. I think the goaltending's better than
Mhm.
Canada on the paper. But at the end of the day, it might be a slight margin. If you've got Canada as a favorite, how close are the U.S. to that?
Well, you're going to need somebody to step up in a big way at the biggest moment, and I
Yeah.
think the only thing you can do, Noodles, is go back to what happened in the Four Nations. And again, we understand it was a short tournament, and there was a lot of emotion, both on and off the ice, for the Four Nations. And Team USA had a chance in overtime, before the best player in the world got a great pass from Mitch Marner, and he goes top shelf on Connor Hellebuck, and Canada wins. So, but you need somebody, like, who is that guy for Team USA? Who is it gonna be? Is it going to be Austin Matthews? Is it going to be Jack Eichel? Is it going to be a guy like Kyle Connor, who, I said it when it happened, and I've said it through this whole process of picking Team USA. I was very surprised, and I thought it was the wrong decision to not play Kyle Connor in the championship game last year against Canada, for a couple of different reasons. One, Matthew Tkachuk was 50-50 to play in the game. He was less than that to finish the game, because he was playing on a thread. Like, he didn't have much left. And then with Chris Kreider's situation, he only played 3.5 minutes in that game. So for the last half of the game and in overtime, Team USA played with 10 forwards. So look, that was a decision by Mike Sullivan, and you got to live with it, and you learn from it or whatever. But Kyle Connor's the type of player that I think needs only one chance to score a goal. Now, in fairness, I thought he started the tournament well, and as the tournament went on, again, it's a short tournament. I don't think that he played as good late as he did early. But to me, I would want Kyle Connor in my lineup if you did get to overtime in the Olympics, or you needed somebody that needed one chance to put the puck in the back of the net. So I think long-winded, who can be that guy? Could it be Brady Tkachuk? Can it be Matthew Tkachuk? I mean, the way that they're wired, yeah, absolutely, it can be. That to me is what I'm going to be looking at as this tournament goes on. Is who's gonna be that guy that can make a play and gives Team USA an opportunity to move on, or I don't want to say send a message, but let everybody know is that they do have those type of guys. And I think when you look at those guys for Team USA during the regular when they're on their regular gig in a National Hockey League, I mean, you see guys and they've won and they've done a lot of those things, but until somebody does it on this stage for their particular country, I think that would be the question to me. But I would look to, a couple of guys that are going to get that opportunity, regardless of how they're playing, and if they can do it, then they will be looked upon as very clutch when it comes to Olympic competition.